If you're exhausted most days, if your weight has been creeping up, even though you feel like you're trying harder than ever, and if your labs are technically managed, but you don't feel well, this video is for you. And before we go any further, I want to say something clearly. You're not lazy. You're not weak. And this is not a willpower problem. In my practice, this is one of the most common stories I hear from women in midlife. Women who are intelligent, driven, and responsible. Women who have followed the advice they were given, who've tried diets, who've exercised consistently, and who've taken medication they were told they should. And yet, despite all that effort, their energy keeps dropping. Their cravings feel out of control. Their sleep is lighter and more broken. And their body just doesn't respond the way it used to. You might be thinking, maybe this is just what happens as I get older. Or maybe I'm just not disciplined anymore. But what I want you to understand is this: what you are experiencing is not a personal failure, it's a physiological shift in your body. And let me explain what I mean. In midlife, your hormones, your blood sugar regulation, and your nervous system are deeply connected. They are constantly communicating with one another. When those systems are balanced, your body feels resilient, energy is steady, hunger signals make sense, and sleep is restorative. But when those systems start to fall out of sync, the body shifts into protection mode. Your blood sugar instability is often one of the earliest signals. And when blood sugar spikes and crashes throughout the day, your body interprets that as stress. And stressed bodies do not prioritize fat loss, energy, or calm focus. Instead, they conserve, they store, they crave quick fuel. And this is why so many women tell me, I crave sugar and carbs even when I don't want to. Or I feel fine in the morning and completely wiped out by the afternoon. This isn't a lack of discipline. That's your physiology asking for stability. Now, layer in chronic stress on top of that. And I don't just mean emotional stress, I mean demands at work, family responsibilities, poor sleep, underfueling, and years of pushing through. Over time, your nervous system gets stuck in low grade survival state. And when that happens, your body becomes less responsive to the very strategies that used to work. So if you've been thinking, I used to be able to lose weight doing this, or why doesn't my body respond the same way anymore? That's why. Your internal environment has changed. And here's where many well intentioned approaches go wrong. Most conventional advice still focuses on restriction: eat less, exercise more, try harder. But restrictions on top of instability creates more stress, not less. A body that already feels threatened will resist weight loss, it will increase cravings, and it will lower energy output. And it will hold on to fat as a protective response. So women end up stuck in this exhausting loop. They restrict, they push, they see a little progress, and then everything stalls or rebounds. And with every cycle, trust in their body erodes a little more. You might be thinking, I've already spent so much time and money trying to fix this. Or what if this doesn't work either? That hesitation makes sense, especially if past experiences left you feeling blamed or dismissed. Let me share a story that might sound familiar. A woman in her mid 40s came to my practice feeling defeated. She had been diagnosed with insulin resistance, perimenopause symptoms, and was told her labs were fine. But she knew something was off. She was doing her best to eat well, she was exercising regularly, but her weight continued to climb and her blood pressure was high. Her sleep was poor and her hot flashes were relentless. We took a proactive and focused approach. We focused first on stabilizing your blood sugars, not with this extreme restrictions, but with consistent choices and better timing. We addressed her sleep and mindset, focused on reducing stress, and we worked with her hormones instead of trying to override them to bring balance. Over time, not overnight, things began to change. Her energy stabilized, her hot flashes reduced, her sleep continued to improve throughout until she was no longer waking up at night. That shift didn't come from more discipline. It came from restoring safety and balance in her system. This is an important point. So let me pause and recap. When your body feels supported, it cooperates. When it feels threatened, it resists. Healing in midlife is not about doing more, it's about doing things in the right order. Blood sugar stability first, nervous system support, then metabolic flexibility. When those foundations are in place, weight loss, energy, and clarity become possible again. You might be wondering, but why? You might be wondering, but my labs are normal. How can this be happening? Standard lab ranges are designed to detect disease, not dysfunction. They often miss early warning signs that show up as fatigue, cravings, and weight gain long before a diagnosis is made. So it's very possible for something to be normal on paper while your quality of life steadily declines. And that disconnect can make you question yourself. But your experience matters. Your symptoms are data. At Carolina's Natural Health, we take those signals seriously. We look at how your body is responding, not just whether you've crossed a diagnostic threshold. Because the goal isn't to manage numbers, it's to help you feel capable, energized, and in control of your health again. Now, you may be watching this for a couple of different reasons. You may be watching because you already have an upcoming consultation with us, and you're trying to understand whether what you're experiencing actually makes sense in a bigger picture. Or you may have found this video while looking for answers on your own because something hasn't felt right and you're trying to understand why. Now, either way, the most important thing I want you to take away from this is not a specific protocol or solution. It's this: what you're experiencing is explainable, it's common, and it's not a personal failure. Your body is responding to real physiological changes. Your changes in hormones, blood sugar regulation, and stress load that require a different approach than what most people are given. In my practice, we spend a lot of time helping people reconnect the dots between what they're feeling and what's actually happening inside their body. So that decision can be made from understanding instead of frustration or self blame. If you do have a consultation coming up, my hope is that this video gives you language for what you've been experiencing and helps you feel more confident asking questions. And if you're simply gathering information right now, I hope this helps you feel less alone in what you're dealing with and more clear about what kind of care actually makes sense at this stage. Thank you for taking the time to watch, and I hope this helps bring more clarity.